venues, lodging, and more, go to tcm.com/festival.
Hi there, thanks for joining us on TCM. I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Part of the fame our Star of the Month Joan Crawford garnered in Hollywood came from her tendency to get into public rivalries with other actresses during her 45-year career. While at MGM, her primary adversaries were Norma Shearer and then Greer Garson. But when she went to Warner Brothers in 1944, she came up against the woman who ruffled her feathers like no other, Bette Davis. Over the years, the stories about how much Crawford and Davis hated each other have become almost as legendary as the actresses themselves. But their antagonism didn't fully materialize until more than 15 years after Crawford's arrival at Warner Brothers. It boiled over while making the only film they ever did together, the movie we have coming up next. From 1962, it's Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. By the end of the 1950s, the studio system was over and both actresses needed a hit. Many of their peers had already retired, but Crawford and Davis were workaholics. Plus, they needed the money. When Crawford found the script for Baby Jane about an aging, deranged former child star tormenting her invalid sister, she knew it had great box office potential. But from the moment negotiations began, any civility the actresses had toward each other completely eroded. For every vitriolic act in front of the camera, there were at least two off-screen. Davis resented the high and mighty way Crawford had about her. Then at one point, Crawford insulted Davis's daughter, B.D., who has a brief appearance in the film, by asking B.D. to stay away from her daughters because she'd be a bad influence. And Crawford was disgusted by what she considered Davis's vulgarity. It was Davis who came up with the idea for the unsavory lunch item Crawford is served in the film. You can't miss it. So sit back and get ready to watch the sparks fly in what remains a pretty delicious movie. From director Robert Aldrich in 1962, Joan Crawford and Bette Davis in Whatever Happened to Baby Jane.